So in previous video, we just introduced a method ASA. So next we are going to introduce a new method. But the new method is actually very similar to this one, so that's why we're going to have a quick reflection. So I want you double check these two triangles here. So let's look at these two triangles here. So based on the given information, do you think we can prove these two triangles congruent? So let's check. Again, you are welcome to pause the video and think on your own. So based on the angles and also information we provide here, we know angle B congruent to angle R, 30 degree, 30 degree. And also angle C is congruent to angle Q, 40 degree, 40 degree. So now we have two angles here, and also the side between the two angles here, they both have same measurement, which is 2 centimeters. So it's very easy to say these two angles are congruent by ASA. However, let's write down the, when we write down the congruent statement, please make sure you have to make sure the angle matches. So triangle ACB is congruent to ACB should match into the other one, so it should be PQR. So that's one thing I want to remind you. Now, I want you to look at this two triangle very, very closely. Based on the information we have here, what more information do you think you can get about this triangle? Think about the angles especially. So some student probably have, very good idea right now. Again, you can pause it and think about the question. Based on the given information here, do we know more information about the angles of the triangle? Some student probably already figured out. Since I know this is 30 degree, this is 40 degree, then according to what we mentioned before, 3 angles in a triangle always add up to, yes, you are right, always add up to, excuse me, 180 degrees. So that's why. So 30 plus 40 is 70. And then all I need to do, subtract from 180. So I already know this angle is 110. So, and it's definitely true for this one because all the angles in the triangle add up to 180. So we can always use the same idea to get this one. Now my question for you is, it seems that I know these two angles, I can get third angle. So that means if I erase this information, I can also prove this two triangle congruent. So that's why it's come to our next method. So let's check. This time the key words is, I know two angles are congruent. The first pair, angle A is congruent, angle D. Angle C is congruent to angle F. Before we said included side must be congruent, so they are congruent. But this time, I don't use included side. So that's why I mentioned here is non-included side. So instead of talking AC, this time I can use BC to congruent to EF, then I can still get this two triangle congruent. So let's write down the statement. If angle A is congruent to angle D, angle C is congruent to angle F, and BC congruent to EF. Again, if you put FE, it's also right. This, just want to remind you, is non-included side. Okay? So with all the information here, I can prove these two triangles, triangle ACB, congruent to, again, make sure it all matches triangle DFE by, this time be careful, so it's angle, side. Remember, this side is not in between these two angles, so that's why we call angle, side. So this method is called angle, side. So a little bit different from that one. So that's why I want to remind you to pay special attention to the details here. And some students might wonder, since I can use non-included side, then why do we have two different methods here? So it's basically based on the given information, you can always choose different method. These two are strongly related, but based on the sides, position of the sides, we do have different methods to address the methods here. So in the next video, we are going to look at the different pictures here and to see, to check our understanding and try to readdress these methods again. So thank you so much for watching this video. We are going to see you in the next video to have several practices together, okay? Thank you again. See you soon for the next video.